Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TechZulu Live from Pubcon here in Las Vegas. I am so excited because I am sitting here with Shavonnah, like I like to sing, because Shavonnah is one of the organizers of Startup Weekend in Las Vegas. She also happens to be a massive champion of Vegas tech. How does it feel to be the champion of Vegas tech, Shavonnah?
It's awesome. I mean, when most people think of Las Vegas, they necessarily don't think of our flourishing tech community at all. But if you think about the casinos and all the tech behind them and everyone who wants to do a startup here, it has so many resources to have a strong company. So glad to be that person if I can.
Yeah, well, you've been doing a great job so far. So let's talk about how things sort of started bubbling up here in Vegas. You and I were talking off camera a little bit about jelly events, some co-working. What were the numbers, the amount of people? How did that sort of grow and spawn into something else?
Definitely. So everyone thinks that you have to be, in a major tech hub in order to have, that kind of environment. But we started with a Vegas Jelly. There were about 7 of us, from a local organization, from Zappos, and from just a couple of random people who were really interested in tech. So it's 7 people, and we grew that event so over 150, and we do it every other Thursday, and even more people some days. So it's an awesome thing. If you have really dedicated and passionate people, you can build a community around something strong really easily.
Well, I think that you're a great testament to that. It reminds me very much of what happened in LA when we started with TechZulu, and same sort of thing, like bubbling up, small little digital LA events that continue to grow, and then all these other events cropped up around it, and people started realizing they weren't alone. So let's talk a little bit about how you started to organize some of this and bring it together, because you also used some local technology from a company here in Vegas to start organizing Startup Weekend and a lot of these other things that you have going on. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I guess for us, it was really just pulling in we wanted to have a Startup Weekend. I had been to Startup Weekend LA this past February, so we saw the success we saw you guys there live streaming it. We saw Zarly get launched, and I was like, we have to have this in Vegas. There's no community for this, but I know there are people there. So we started the Jelly really to figure out who we can pull in to Startup Weekend, and we just built a community around that. And then after all the announcements were made, we're on Twitter under the hashtag Vegas Tech, and the owners of Tracky pretty much reached out, and we were like, hey, we'd love to see you guys launch at our event if we can, and they were like, we'll do it. And we used that their service to really get everyone from Startup Weekend on Tracky and be able to form their teams and build projects and get all the tasks done for the weekend. So, and they still use it to this day to really organize different projects that even aren't associated with Startup Weekend. Yeah.
So what kind of tech are you seeing here in Vegas? Obviously, Zappos is the most well-known. Tony Hsieh has really supported the local tech community. Thank you, Tony, here with Vegas Tech. But beyond the Zapposes of the world, what are you seeing? What's the breakdown in terms of developers or the types of software, the apps, mobile, whatever it might be?
So I guess we can talk more about the infrastructure first. So we have Zappos, which is like a large tech company, and they have developers in pretty much every aspect. And then we also have the basic foundation. We have one of the largest and best colo facilities here, Switch SuperNap, and they have an awesome facility full of Fortune 500 companies. So we have the backbone infrastructure to have all these things going on. And we have people from cloud computing who are here, people in the casinos who deal with internet security and networking. We have a lot of beautiful designers, alu.net. Got to give a shout out to Mark Johnson. He's an awesome designer. Awesome designers. Developers of all kinds. Probably our largest and the most active group is probably our Ruby group. Okay. So there's a lot of Ruby and developers and just a little bit of everyone. You wouldn't think it, but we're here.
Yeah. And the cost of living lower than other markets?
Definitely. I mean, the cost of living, and everyone talks about the Vegas heat, but right now it's like freezing, right? It's like 50 degrees.
It is. I can attest to that. It is really cold in Vegas right now. So if you think you're going to the desert and it's going to be nice and warm, you're going to be by the pool, that pool is cold right now.
Don't let the short sleeves fool you, because it is like freezing, and my jacket's over there. But yeah, I mean, we have just like an awesome kind of environment to have these things. I mean, like 2 weeks ago, it was like perfect weather. You can go out, you can just eat on the patio. patio or any restaurant, and I mean, who can't complain about the Strip? I mean, we have an awesome atmosphere, and we have all of these awesome conferences like Pubcon that come out, and we have access to so many people, and we were able to have a Vegas Tech booth here and share with some of the other startups and community organizations that are here in Las Vegas.
Right. So if people want to do more with Vegas Tech, whether it is cover some of the startups or just the technologies coming out of here, if they want to come work here, if they want to hold an event here, where should they start?
So we have an awesome website. Well, one, you can go to Twitter anytime and use the hashtag Vegas Tech, and you can catch up with a bunch of our entrepreneurs here. We have vegasjelly.com. You can come out. Our next event is actually tomorrow. I can't believe it's already Wednesday. So we hang out at the Bee Coffee House from 7 to midnight. And also VegasTechEvents.com lists all the events that are happening. And check out VegasTech.com. That's going to be launching really soon to give everyone a big overview. So keep up on that one. That's an awesome resource that we're going to have a bunch of cool designers and developers really hacking out on that, and it's going to be unbelievable.
And if you're coming to CES in January, which most of you tend to be, the Consumer Electronics Show here in Vegas, massive, massive show, I'm sure that we can meet with some of the Vegas Tech leaders then too.
Definitely. We're going to have a bunch of events going on that week. There's going to be some parties, so definitely reach out to us. We're here. We're representing tech, and I mean, we have even some of the speakers here at Pubcon are really interested and active in our community. So we have from every kind of aspect of, if you're doing anything internet related or anything startup related, we have some really strong and passionate entrepreneurs. So.
And you also have some well-known entrepreneurs that are coming to Vegas to live. So beyond the Tony Hsiehs of the world, I hear tell that one Mr. Paul Carr, formerly of TechCrunch, has relocated to Vegas for a startup. What are the details of that? Do you know?
Well, I know. Actually, one thing is really cool that at our Jelly event, it's like in a downtown area that's being revitalized. So you will see Tony Hsieh walk in and hang out, and you'll see Paul Carr every now and then come and hang out. But yeah, not safe for work organization. I mean, we just all kind of got the details about that a couple of weeks ago on his blog. Okay. But I'm excited to learn more about it. I know he's launching kind of an app, something in between the Onion and the Atlantic. So I can't wait to see what comes out of that. I think that's going to be a really cool thing.
An app between the Onion and the Atlantic. I am really excited about this.
Because he has like the craziest sense of humor, right? It is amazingly awesome. Plus really good content. I mean, who can't?
And it helps the local community to have a well-known name relocate here, does it not? I mean, it's that validation to say, you know what? I'm recognizing that there is a tech community here.
I mean, at our last startup weekend, Tom Anderson of MySpace, actually, he lives here now, so he was one of our judges, and he came out and supported. So he doesn't do a lot of things, and I think that for him to show his support, I mean, it was just tremendous for us. So Tom, if you're looking, thank you again.
So how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so what I am a part of now, I guess we had such a tremendous event with our first startup weekend. I mean, it surpassed all of our expectations, and really for me, the major expectation was that I just wanted at least one team to come out and be really strong and really motivated in their product and be able to take it and launch it into a full business. And we've had that. Rumter.com, a couple of them were Zappos employees, and actually they're doing so well that after they launch into the App Store, they quit their jobs at Zappos and are going full time. So they're tremendous support. So shout out to Dylan and Ray over at Rumter. But definitely LasVegas.startupweekend.org and also LasVegas.startupfoundation or FDN.org. So that's how you can get in contact with me. And we're definitely looking for more people to come out to Vegas and see how amazing it is. And yeah, we are a burgeoning community, and we're also a bunch of strong, passionate people. So we're here.
Well, we are here to support too, because TechZulu loves to support emerging tech and emerging tech markets. Oh, we definitely will be, and especially now that we know that you were out at our startup weekend and watching the live stream. So awesome. All right, everybody, make sure that you come to Vegas. Check out Tech in Vegas and follow the hashtag Vegas Tech. And until next time here at Pubcon, in a few minutes, I'm your host, Amanda Kulong, TechZulu Live.